Welcome to Talkin McGee podcast, where healing meets hilarity.
We're your hosts, Owen and Sinead, two friends with a whole lot of stories, a little bit of trauma, and zero filters.
I don't want to talk like this. Each week, we dive into stuff no one talks about: relationships, drama, childhood baggage, you name it.
But don't worry, it's not all heavy. We're serving it up with a side of laughs, wine, and silly gossip.
So grab a glass, get comfy, and let's talk it out one giggle and gasp at a time.
Whether you're driving, cleaning, or bringing us to pre-drinks, we're right there with you. This is Talkin McGee. So I think it's important to first discuss why we decided to do this podcast. I mean, where was the idea again? I can't quite remember.
I feel like it's because as we've grown as a friendship, where our DMCs after nights out.
Yeah.
That's probably like my favourite part of going out.
It's been quite healing.
We 100%. We therapize each other.
Yeah,
we do.
Definitely. And I think those kind of late night talks led into us wanting to have versions of those late night talks on a podcast.
Basically,
really.
we decided we could therapize everybody else.
Yeah. Without any qualifications. Cheers to that. But yeah, that's essentially the reason. And then the name kind of just came to us from
Before
someone.
you run with that, I need to introduce yourself first.
Oh yeah.
And then go.
That's all right, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So I'm Owen. I'm from Letterkenny.
I'm Sinead. I'm from Donegal Town.
And we decided to do this podcast because as our friendship evolves, we started having late night talks together, a few DMCs.
After nights out.
After nights out, which happened to be your favourite part of the night out.
No, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like, okay, let's go home and let's like talk for hours. Let's sort out all our problems in one night.
Let's just therapize. And then we thought that'd be a good idea as a podcast because
I think so.
I mean, there's lots
because I also think we just think that we're really funny. So I hope that we are.
And our laughs are ridiculous.
Yeah. But it's like, let's talk about deep stuff, but it's also like, let's not, want to...
Let's make it lighthearted.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, because there's so much stuff going on in the world that's not lighthearted at the moment. There's a lot of heavy things happening in society, and I think it's important to have a laugh.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
So
it's hard being an empath in this world right now. Crying over every TikTok I see.
That is quite funny, actually, because the rabbit holes you could go down on TikTok are crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Like the TikToks that you send me to tears most of the time.
But that's what I mean. I'm just like, why am I crying over like someone's? I'm a cry. Like my friend has said, literally, she was like, you were the crybaby of the group, but I'm like,
It's because you feel all the feels.
Sad, if I'm too angry, if people are just being really nice to each other on TikTok, I'm like.
Or if there's a cat in a TikTok at all.
No, I can't.
So disclaimer, Sinead is the mother of three beautiful cats. Yeah. And if there is a video anywhere on any social media platform, Sinead sees a cat, she will just convulse into tears.
Like, again, if they're too cute, if they're too happy, if they're sad, if they're hurt. Like, I'm not well. Do you remember when we tried to have that barbecue?
We tried to have a barbecue. We tried, yeah. We left poor Luke, which is Sinead's boyfriend, outside with the barbecue for nearly an hour.
Him outside. He was
he went outside, yeah. But he was outside with the barbecue for nearly an hour trying to fry a burger.
Trying to cook one burger. And then he came in and he was like, no, screw this. I'm just going to cook the burgers. And I was like, yeah, fine. And both of you left the room and you came back down and I was like in tears and like, what's wrong? And I was like, there's this cat on Instagram and there's a GoFundMe. And look at it. Look what they did. If they used the cat in a satanic ritual, I'm going to cry about it. No.
You need to redo that story for me because I can't remember. What do you mean?
You came down, Luke came in first and then you came in downstairs from the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
And I literally was sitting, you said eating and I was still eating. And I like came in, he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, look at this. Look at this.
Look at this little cat.
I was like, they used a cat in a satanic ritual.
That's terrible.
And so like the poor thing was battered and
But I mean,
broken limbs and
so
all this.
many
And I was
animals
like,
are-
what the hell? I was like, what kind of person are you to do that to a poor little animal?
Yeah.
And I can't with animals. I'm really bad. Like in movies,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, the people can die, but the animals, no.
You kill off the people before the animals. Any animal.
People are dicks.
Yeah, well.
They've probably done something to deserve it. Realist, if you really want to. Like,
So if there's any animals watching, we love you more.
more power to the animal.
More power to the animals.
No,
Animals never hurt anyone.
I also had to hide stories and stuff from like my lovely horse rescue because I couldn't.
Your lovely horse
I was
rescue?
like-
What's that, like a...
It's a rescue page, so they do rescue like all animals, but it's mostly like horses, donkeys, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I fully had to like stop watching it because like I'd be
Because it
like
just affected your
keep in
mood for the
mind,
rest of the
like,
week.
so I work from home. So obviously as someone's colour is developing,
Yeah.
I'm a hairdresser by the way.
Yeah.
I obviously have like free time, so either like eating lunch, doing laundry, blah, blah, whatever. But
Yeah.
like I'm obviously sitting on my phone or getting back to messages. And sometimes obviously I have everything done and I'm just scrolling. And like things were coming up and then I'm like coming back into my lines like upset. Like recently.
Sorry, I know you're paying good money to have your hair done, but I'm just having a moment here.
I'm upset.
Console me, please.
Soothe me. There was once I searched for this movie for ages
Yeah.
because I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. And I love this
Madagascar.
movie. Black Beauty.
Black Beauty? No, I've never heard of it.
Do not watch it.
No?
Do
Why?
not watch it.
Really?
Traumatized. And I'm using that with a full chest. Traumatized.
We're deep diving into the trauma part
literally, like,
already.
we're getting there already. It takes us nothing to get into
But it
trauma.
happens to just be a movie about animals.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
Watch
Okay.
it.
Yeah, fine.
Watch it and come back to me. But I was like, why did I love this movie as a kid? It's horrendous.
Really?
It is so traumatizing.
Is it kind of like the circus and they used to have animals at it? You know, it's kind of...
No.
a
Oh
bit
no,
of
it goes
cruelty
through the
going on.
story of Black Beauty, like the horse's life.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's
And it had
literally...
a terrible life, did it?
And then at the end of it, obviously it's like, oh, happy. And I was like, no, that wasn't long enough happiness to like negate the rest of the horrendous movie.
Yeah.
It watched its friend die, like, and they roll the friend's dead, like the other horse, Ginger. They roll the body
laughing.
past, and I was like, all I could remember from when I was a kid was the fire. The fire
Yeah.
happens really early, and they do get them out, and that's great, obviously. But it's just thing after thing. Black Beauty's not getting a break.
And was it supposed to be a happy movie?
I don't know. I mean, it's a kid's movie. Well, I don't know
Not
if
for
it's-
Sinead.
No, but that's what I mean. So like that, I watched this on my lunch break.
Why?
Good question.
It is a bit of light viewing.
Yeah, like, I was just like, I just remember loving this movie.
Yeah.
So this is obviously where it started, the love of animals, like when I was a kid.
And now you have 3 cats.
And
3
then I
more
hadn't
pending.
seen it since I was whatever age. So again, couldn't fully remember. And I was like, oh, but I loved this movie. But could only remember one thing.
Yeah.
Watched it, had a client come at like 5 and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, this is so embarrassing. I was like, no, yes, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. I've just spent the afternoon sobbing, like full sobbing over this movie. I was like full, like it wasn't like a few tears.
I think that's a good characterization of you, definitely. You feel your
I also
feels.
cried over Homeward Bound, and I was like talking myself through it, and like, Sinead, you know there's a Homeward Bound 2. You know they're fine. Like, you know they come back. But I was like, even at the start before they get lost,
Yeah.
they just like the family's leaving. They've left them like with a family friend or something. And Shadow is there being like, but why are you leaving? I was like, oh. And I was like, this is 10 minutes in. Like, you know what happens in this movie. And I was like, why are you leaving him? Why? Like, I can't. I can't. Marley and Me's a shit show too.
Marley.
That's not a family movie. That's,
No, it's
you
not.
want to learn
It's
how
not.
to traumatize your kids for years.
Yeah, I remember being really upset in primary school about that movie, actually.
It's so
and I
bad.
wouldn't mind. I'm not really a fan of dogs. Controversial, I know, but I'm not.
Are you not?
No, and I'll tell you why. I was what is
And I'll tell you why.
I'll back it up with evidence. So when I was about 8 or 9, I went to a next door neighbour's house to play on the trampoline, and they had a Rottweiler.
Trampoline?
Trampoline, yeah.
No, it's from The Simpsons. Trampoline.
A
trampoline.
Trampoline. No, went over to their house and they had the dog, and they were like, "Oh, the dog wouldn't touch you. I was like, "Okay, no problem."
It's giving yikes.
Yeah, it's giving Jaws because I went running, little 19-year-old.
Little 19-year-old.
Let me preface, I definitely wasn't a little 19-year-old.
Were you 19?
Moderately sized 9-year-old, sorry.
I was going to say, it's like, were you also a 19-year-old going over to play on the trampoline?
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I went to run to the trampoline, and then this dog just came out of nowhere and stuck its teeth into me to a point where it was attached to me for quite a long time.
Oh, see, this is the thing. Dogs don't let go. And I know people are like, oh, but cats are really like crab it. And then I'm like, yeah, but their mouths are this big.
Yeah.
They're not
going to do much damage. They're miniature tigers.
Yeah, they're very, very small.
Yeah.
Small.
And I understand that, people have really close relationships with their dogs, part of the family, and I love that. I think that fear just stuck with me.
Have you ever had a pet?
Oh, yeah, I had a cat years ago.
What was it called?
That was a really sad story as well.
Oh, no.
Cue Sinead crying, trigger warning. I had a cat for years when I was growing up, and then we were moving to Letterkenny. And
from where? I thought you always lived in Letterkenny.
From down outside Newton.
Oh. That's why you sound slightly northern sometimes.
Oh, really? That's a new one for me.
Say shower.
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 But yeah, we left the cat down there because it was a family house, and the family moved back, like mum's auntie.
I thought you were like, did you abandon a cat?
No,
we're about to...
we left because it was the cat's home and like the countryside, so we left it down there. And about 3 months later, my auntie called to say that they found my cat frozen in the front garden. Yeah, terrible.
Oh my God.
So I never got a pet after that because it was heartbroken. In fairness, I never should have left. You shouldn't leave your pets anywhere. I left it with family. I thought it'd be okay, but...
Do you know what? And we're going to talk about childhood baggage.
Childhood baggage?
So I had a rabbit named Dusty.
Oh, Dusty.
And then, yeah, he was grey.
Inventive, creative.
We also had Tiny, who was not very tiny, and Tiny used to bully the shit out of Dusty.
Tiny? Was Tiny a rabbit as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dad did build like a big pen out the back of the garden, like a little like run type of thing. And then I think, did he say, like, this is like, I was quite young, so like I'm kind of like, vaguely remembering. I don't know, he said fox. I assume it may be a cat.
Cat?
Yeah, and basically they were both traumatized, like the poor things. Apparently, like rabbits will die of like a heart attack if they get like a big enough shock.
Oh, 100%.
Which, God bless them.
Yeah.
I also, controversial, Tiny went to a farm.
Tiny went to a farm?
Tiny went to the farm in Dunlewy. And I'm like...
Oh, I thought you meant like a rabbit farm where they like...
But I'm like, I'm like, oh yeah, we're bringing them to the farm. Like,
sacrifice rabbits? No.
Did they go... See, you've never had pets. You've not been told this story. Like, fish don't go to the farm.
Oh, no, yeah.
As in, if they went to a farm, like, did...
I do.
And I feel like we had this conversation with our parents. And I was like, did they go? And like, no, they did go. Like, he did go to a farm. And I'm like...
But he just packed his little bag.
You better not be lying
now
to us as adults.
They'll continue it for the rest of time. You know what I mean? They're not going to admit.
Oh yes,
we actually got rid of your rabbit because we didn't.
No, I do. Yeah, but anyway, he was bullying Dusty, and then Dusty got moved up to Granddad's. Can't remember why. Maybe it was like to give some like to Granddad
emotional support.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I can't remember why he was moved up. And then poor Dusty died.
Oh dear.
I'm really shading my dad here now. He forgot to tell me.
He what?
He forgot to tell me.
What do you mean he forgot to tell you that your pet had died?
Like, so Dusty died on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we went up to Grandad's after Mass. And I went up to see Dusty. And I was like, well, where the hell is Dusty? And Dad came down and he's like, oh... He's like,
so
and I was
about
like,
that.
essentially, and he's like, yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Dusty's no longer with us.
Dusty is no longer with us. Dusty has passed.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but
I was like, and I remember going home and being like, in convulsions, crying.
Yeah.
And then Tara, sister, she had a little rabbit figurine, and she came in and she was like, here, this is like Dusty. And I was like, thank you so much. So cute. I don't know where that little figurine is now anymore.
Trauma from animals came from, I would imagine.
My entire emotional stability rests on the tiny paws of Oreo McGee.
Oreo McGee.
And the paws are about this big.
I'm still caught up about the fact that all of your cats have your surname.
I think it's so funny. So
Oreo McGee, Bagel
Luke
McGee.
was ringing the vets the last day, and
Brilliant.
he was like, blah, blah, and what's the name? And the cat, he's like, Shnemi. And I was like, no, they mean the cat. And he was like, just like
name,
half laughing, me, like,
name.
Oreo McGee. I think it's Bagel McGee's the best.
Bagel McGee's the best. Sushi McGee.
We got our little prescriptions like Bagel McGee.
So that's why the cats need government names.
I just think it's
Brilliant.
so cute. And I remember calling the vets one time and what are the cats called? Or like, and then, because dogs get human names.
Yes.
Jack. Chef.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe not George, but like that, whatever. But cat names are always ridiculous, which I love. Mm-hmm. But I could hear her like half laughing. It's like, oh yeah, it's like Oreo, which I feel like is a pretty common one. Not very original of us to call Oreo.
Black and white cat, yeah. Oreo.
I mean, yeah. I did want to call her Domino as well, but me and Ashley decided together. And then I was like, and sushi? And she's like, okay. And then I was like, and bagel.
What did we decide that your next cat's name would be?
It depends on where.
Was it Baguette?
No, that was Bagel's siblings that I named.
Oh, yes.
Brioche and Baguette.
So there's a theme with the cat names.
Well, that was carbs. That was breads.
Yeah.
Because obviously. But yeah, it depends because I really wanted to rescue a cat when we went to Morocco.
Oh, I remember this, yeah.
Again, Sinead can't be in public and see. And I
you were very close to taking that back in the plane, weren't you?
I was getting depressed in Morocco. Like, genuinely, I loved the place. But I was like, Luke, I need to go home. I was like, I can't deal with the cats.
They were really badly.
I was like, you could look over like through the little Medinas, like the little streets where all the stalls and like the little markets and stuff.
Yeah.
There was cats everywhere. But I was like, you'd look at them and I was like, is that cat asleep or is it dead? Like, you couldn't tell. Do you know, that kind of way?
And they were all just...
They were so skinny and everything. And then I remember we accidentally booked like a private tour. So bougie of us. But it's on Get Your Guide and it was like €20 for the day. So I just assumed that was like with other people. But no, like we got like driven around in like a fancy car and I think the guy's name. Yeah, I don't know. He was actually married.
Sorry, don't call me by my government name.
I think his name it wasn't Mufasa, but it kept being like Mufasa. It's not Mufasa, it's like Mustafa or something. But he was like, showing us around this place. And I had just seen so many cats and like the streets were kind of empty. I think this was on like a Sunday. So he was like, their Sunday is like their Saturday.
Right.
Like, it's like where anything kind of shuts down more on a Sunday. And so it was a little bit quiet or whatever. I was like, oh, I actually think like this is better for me because if it was absolutely crowded, I'd be like super overwhelmed because the streets are really tiny and then they're all covered over. So it's like you're in a little box and I'm super claustrophobic.
Would you still say it's worth going to though?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like, it was beautiful. Like, I loved Morocco.
Like the buildings,
so
and
nice.
scenery
People
and stuff,
are
was
unreal.
it?
Yeah, just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
And it's quite cheap as well, isn't it?
Oh, super cheap.
Yeah.
No, they're like, we booked like 4-star places, but their 4-star is definitely not like an Irish 4-star.
Yeah.
Do you know, that kind of way? But so we were walking through these little streets, whatever. Sinead'd seen too many poor little cats. And I, again, fully started sobbing. And he was like trying to show us this thing. And like, this is where it's awkward because it's only me and him. It's only me and Luke on this tour. It's not like there's other people for him to talk to. So when I've turned my back and I'm walking away, he's always like chatting, being like, oh, and I'm like, I look so rude right now. But I was like, but I'm fully crying under my sunglasses. Being like, I can't. He's going to be like, what's wrong? He's like, oh yeah, no, it's just people don't really have pets in Morocco because there's so many strays.
So in summary, Morocco is class and Sinead is an emotional wreck.
Do you want to hear about Chef Schwan?
Chef Schwan.
This was worse. Like I started fully sobbing on the bus.
That runs off the mouth nicely.
Chef Schwan.
Chef Schwan.
It's the place that's all blue. Like everything's painted blue. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. But again,
it's not a
loads
chef.
of cats. But
It's not a chef.
I thought you were going to say shed. I was like, no, it's not a shed.
I thought it was a chef. Chef Schwan, no?
No.
Doesn't have a big top hat.
No.
No,
He's not
just
just
like
painted in
Moroccan
blue.
food.
But it was really gorgeous. But like that, the sad thing is, and I think this gives you perspective as the animal situation.
Yeah.
Is there was this, we walked down one little street that was fine. There is cats everywhere. Some of them were really cute. And I was like, I would take that one home. Like, that's gorgeous. He was real floofy and he looked a bit more like Oreo.
Floofy.
But we walked down the street and they're like, this is a perspective where I was like, somebody's gone out of their way to be really nice to that cat that's just had kittens. I'm talking days old, tiny, in a box.
Yeah.
But I was like, but that cat is doing better because it's in a box. Like that's how good they were to them to give that little cat a box.
Give them a little cardboard
as
box.
opposed to them lying on the street. And then Sinead looked all of 5 foot over and then there was a dead kitten. And and they could literally grab my hand and was like, we need to get you out of here. I was like, I can't. And then we were on the bus back home, which is like another 4 hours. We spent 8 hours traveling that day, but it was beautiful. And he obviously heard me like sniffling and he's like, are you okay? And I just stood there like, and I had been crying for, I would say a good 20 minutes before he was like, are you okay? Like,
No.
not to say that he's not good. Like he didn't notice. He just like tried to sleep. Full sobbing, full sobbing. I was like, I couldn't. You know, when you're so crying, like you can't pull it back.
Yeah.
To be like, it's fine. I was like, no, those cats gonna be alive tomorrow. Like,
And do you know what I find really funny about that? The first time I met you.
what is funny about what is funny about my trauma?
Not funny, haha.
Funny, strange.
Funny, odd. The first time I met you, remember I told you this before, in the cottage out the back.
You thought I was a bitch?
No, I thought you were very, like you like held yourself as a very like kind of strong, scary kind of person. I thought you were a bit scary.
I've been told, and I think when we were in like leaving cert,
you were not a cry over cats girl.
Yeah,
like that's not what I was getting.
But that's what I mean. But I'll fight anyone. But no, I wouldn't really. But well,
we'll fight you in the streets.
But the animals will break me. Literally, I would much rather just be surrounded. I'm like Snow White.
Like Snow White in all black.
But no, my friend did tell me, Shane, when we were in like leaving cert, he was like, you, Delia, and Shane are really intimidating. And then you get talking to you, and you're like, oh.
Oh, these are just funny little ha 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 people.
Little airy fairy people.
That's funny.
Anywho, I feel like I've been chatting for a long time now about myself.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a good story.
Funny.
It's a very funny story.
Do you want to chat about the name then?
Yeah, that is actually funny. Yeah.
I feel like that's probably what put everything into got the wheels in motion.
Yeah, but it was funny again, for want of a better word. But that wasn't going to be the name, even though that's what kind of started the wheels turning with the podcast.
Did we didn't have a name at all?
No, but when we got that suggestion, it was still like a name that we may have used.
I don't know if it was. I felt like we had like an aha moment.
No, remember we had the lunch in Oasis that day?
That was after though.
Yeah. And then
I feel like basically a girl that I know from town came up to me and we were chatting and Luke. I wonder how many times this is going to happen.
Owen.
And Owen was out with me for a friend's birthday and this other girl came up and we were chatting and she was like, I think you should do a podcast. And I was like, that's so funny. Like we've been talking about this for like a year.
Yeah.
Which I was like getting impatient about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sinead is very patient lady.
I'm so patient. I'm just like, I don't want to talk about things to death. I'm proactive.
You're an action
I am
girly.
like, let's get it done. Let's do it.
So here we are.
Thank God. It only took 3 months for that logo. you better all really, really, really like it.
Yeah, I was very stressed.
Until last night. They were like, oh,
we had an epiphany last night. Just.
Yeah, it's giving sex.
Not too much though, just a wee smidge.
Classy sex.
Yeah,
like
we're not on babe station, like.
No shade.
No
all shade, all tea.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just a comparison.
So we met Sandra out, and she was like, I also have a name for you, and it's Talkin Out McGee. And we were like,
brilliant. And here we are talking
and
energy.
I was like, it's giving everything we would want it to encapsulate.
100%.
Essentially. Yeah. Like, it was so good.
It's lighthearted.
It was like, it's lighthearted. It's, we can, again, do the deep stuff, but talk shite at the same time, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're really, really good at that.
Yammer.
Yum. Yeah. Hence
I still feel like I have a little place in my heart for the Great Depression.
Oh, God. Actually, can we run through the list of names again? Do you have them in your notes?
I don't remember the other one.
There was the Great Depression. Oh, Yes Doll.
No, the other. Oh, the Hills Have Eyes.
The Hills Have Eyes, Yes Doll. Because we thought maybe if we pivot to
I feel like that was
colloquialisms and stuff.
But I don't talk like that. I've never called anyone. Well, I might.
You do,
Not in my normal vocabulary. We were like doll.
No.
I'm like girly. I'm a girly, not a doll.
Yeah. You're well-spoken, girly.
Yeah.
No slang for Sinead.
Slang.
Sinead
I did also
slang.
like The Hills Have Eyes.
I wasn't sure about it because I don't think it clicked.
I think we were concentrating on the fact of like I live on a big hill as opposed to like the hills of Donegal.
Yeah.
That could have been our intro.
Could have been our intro, but it's not going to be our intro. Definitely not that version.
But I just thought the Great Depression was really funny, and people definitely weren't. They were probably like, "That's depressing."
Or You Had Me
as
at
hell.
Merlot was another one.
That was what I did with Sarah. I have some experience talking shite on the
is
internet.
going to provide her curriculum vitae here.
My resume?
Her resume, which includes Instagram lives talking about mental health, which actually were amazing.
No, that was a serious one. Like that was a serious vibe. But then after that, me and Sarah did You Had Me at Merlot.
Oh, which
that was another friend that came up with that name.
So there's two experiences here. It's great.
And so that was more of our podcasty type thing, and then obviously the mental health crack was a lot more serious.
I, on the other hand, rock up with a cackle and no experience.
So sorry to backtrack now. When you say cackle.
Stop! No.
Had a night in Spain where this is the issue that I'm like, I hope people.
It definitely was an issue.
And I hope people do enjoy the podcast because I don't know if it's just us being absolutely delusional, thinking like we're really funny to listen to. And like we think we're really funny, but maybe we're not that funny, which I'd be really worried about.
I think we're slight airheads in a way.
Yeah, but like if you're self-aware.
You're self-aware airhead.
That's different.
You're going places in life.
They, sail through life.
Yeah. Say it away. Go on,
we
Anya.
use Anya a lot on You Had Me with Merlot. You Had Me at Merlot.
I love it, Anya.
Yeah.
Right, what was the story again?
Where we were out with Amy, another one of our besties. And we were like talking about this podcast. We're like, right, we need a name. Like now we're well on at this stage. That's still, I just remember I sent you the photos.
A few shots were had.
That came up after all the espresso martinis.
Was that the mindfulness retreat?
Let us finish this and then we'll tell you about the mindfulness retreat. We thought we were like the funniest people ever and thought because we all have like kind of laugh that we're like, yeah, we cackle. And our group chat is the cackle crew.
Yeah.
That keeping up with the cackles was the single greatest thing that we had ever heard of.
Yeah. And we literally put it up on our Instagram story, soft launch, keeping up the Cacklesons, and a selfie.
So I was like, once I post this, there's no going back.
And
that
was a year ago. That was a year ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was that? No, that was July. We went. Yeah.
Not far off. Yeah. So.
And we did nothing until this year.
Well, I don't think we could have done anything with that name, in fairness.
I just think it was, we were like,
Our lovely little
this is it. This is
recording
amazing.
and filming elves in the background would not have jumped on board if that was the name.
Potentially not. Potentially not.
Potentially, definitely not. 100%. What an odd name.
Tell me about your wellness retreat.
Oh. So the wellness retreat. It was great for the mind, you know. So last year, me, Sinead and Amy had quite a few trips over to Spain.
Just a few.
Fungirola, to see our friend Charlotte that lives over there. And one of them, I can say this now because I'm no longer employed there.
Just don't name.
No, I know. But I worked somewhere and I couldn't get the time off. And I just alluded to the fact that I was going on a mindfulness retreat and I really needed it for my mental health.
But I was like, I feel like it's like if you could pull up the message and be like, but insert name here. I have had this planned for ages. Like, I need to do this for my mental health. Like, I blah, blah, whatever. And then Sinead decided she would post a video.
Sinead decided it'd be really, really funny. Look, she obviously didn't remember.
No, you had decided before, because you remember we were supposed to go for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being 2 weeks. And then you were like, yeah, so I actually never told him that I'm away for 3 weeks. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh, wait. And I was like, what the hell?
I know, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's like, what are we going to do?
But the best part of it was the mindfulness retreat that was, in anyone else's view, still a mindfulness retreat until Sinead put up a story of us having shots at a bar in Spain captioned mindfulness retreat, stars at either side.
No, I think it was like the mindfulness retreat is in full swing or something. Not so like.
So yeah, that was a fun time. And that led to the birth of Keeping Up the Cacklesons.
Yeah, that was that night.
Which shall stay buried for forevermore, men.
Well, it's not really buried now that we've told everyone.
Who's everyone?
Do you
Do you think anyone's going to watch this? That's presumptuous of you, Sinead.
Followers.
I have no followers. You have 3 followers anyway, cats.
Yeah, they love me.
The 3 disciples.
That's all you need.
Exactly.
The 3 disciples.
The 3 disciples. 3 black and white disciples. For context, one of them is
Bagel only has
half
one
blind
eye.
and one eye. Yeah,
I think it's really funny. Do you know what I love telling people? They're like, oh my God, was she born like that or did she lose it? And I'm like, I don't know. I found her in the bushes. Found her in the bushes in Letterkenny.
Was another one of Sinead's little emotional moments.
Literally. But then my neighbour took one in too. And then Roisin found one and her friends took it. I think Stephen and Eilish.
Yeah.
And he's called Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
They look identical, like.
I love that, like a full name.
Full government name.
Like a Bagel McGee.
Full government name. Yeah.
You are Willie Nelson now.
Not Willie. Willie Nelson.
Brilliant. Should we go on to the anonymous questions?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
True. So we did put up a little thing, and I kind of, you know what? I kind of live for the fact that they're anonymous. Because I'm like, guys, give us the dirt. We love a bit of gossip.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What would life be without a bit of gossip?
You need a bit of gossip.
Harmless gossip.
I think Donegal would cease to function if there was no gossip.
We're too full of notions. Yeah. So this is also a joke that we make. That Donegal town is full of notions.
It is full of notions.
Cancel me to hell. I don't care. We are full of absolute notions. Prime example. Me and Luke's first date.
Yeah.
And him coming here, and then all the girls were like, Sinead, that's really dangerous. Like, you just brought him to your house. And I was like, my parents live next door.
It's only we looked like.
But I was like, also, like my mum and dad's next door.
If you knocked on that cable wall, you'd get an SOS. But
if you ever shouted, like, Dad, loud enough, I'm sure I'd be like, what?
Literally.
Do you know what I mean?
And we do that sometimes after a night out. If we come back here, like, shh.
Oh,
might be able to hear
no.
us.
Yeah,
you can hear the staircase and everything.
100% you can.
Walls right then.
So he was like, is my car going to be okay parked outside? And I was like, what?
Do you know where you are?
Is it not like really rough here? And I was like, I don't know town. Up here, where I live. He's like, up on this side of town. It's like, full of notions. Notions.
Absolute notions.
Notions.
But a self-aware notionist.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Notionist.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I also, and this again proves We are full of notions. And I feel like people should
Speak
just
for
own
yourself.
it. Own their notions. Like, just, do you know what I mean? Own it.
Yeah.
I have a client who calls
Don't be a closeted notionist.
the mums like avocado mums. And I'm like, that's such a perfect example.
Yeah.
We're Donegal Times
That's
full
an
of
Americanism,
avocado
though, isn't
mums.
it?
Is it?
Avocado, I think so, yeah, definitely.
Avocado mum. I don't
Avocado
know, but I
mums.
love it. I want to be an avocado mum.
Do you?
That's my, yeah. Well, I do love
Is there
avocado.
another
I know
one?
that doesn't
There's
really
an avocado
have
mum. Is there another one as well? I've heard of, I can't remember the name. Is it like
yummy mummies.
No, but it's like another food item, like a
There's also like crusty mums.
crusty mum.
Yeah, I don't think it's crusty mums, but
What's the criteria for being a crusty mum?
I think it's like you know when you're like a bit hippy dippy, like a bit too naturalist.
Yeah,
Do you know,
right.
getting into like unvaccinated kids and stuff.
Oh, yes.
Controversial.
Controversial. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, I suppose.
But they're wrong.
Opinions are
I say
subjective,
this now,
but it's
and I'm
wrong.
like- Yeah, I'm like, and I wonder. No, I don't think. I'm like, I wonder, is someone sitting in the kitchen with an unvaccinated? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I wonder if our little filming and recording elves know anything about that. Anyway, on to the questions.
Can't deal with the soy milk, but
almond mum.
Oh,
That was the other one.
yes.
Avocado,
Okay, yeah.
avocado and almond.
So yeah, I feel like they're.
What's the
on
difference? Are they the
par.
same?
I don't know. I feel like they would give the same vibe.
Yeah.
I feel like. I don't know if there's any difference. Sorry, yes.
Sinead likes to go on the odd tangent now. Sinead and Owen, possibly.
This is why we made a podcast, because we were like, hang on, do we really need to have such a structured thing? Because
definitely not.
it takes us about 10 years
How
to
long
finish
did it take
one
us to record
conversation.
that intro? Half an hour?
Yeah, literally.
That's 30 seconds long.
Probably not. I don't even think it'd be 30
And this
seconds.
is the first run
I
of
would
this
say
episode.
maybe 10 at a push.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I would think
But
so.
this is the first run of this episode, and we're doing great here, aren't we?
Well, I don't want to do another one of this.
Do you think you don't have all day here? People, things to do, people to see.
Okay, so we did put out a thing
What
to
are
send
they
an
called again?
anonymous
The
opinion.
name?
The app is called NGL, so I assume like not gonna lie.
Right.
But whatever. So it's all anonymous. So I'm like, yes, send us like juicy shit. So first thing, unpop opinion, but I hate going to weddings. Nobody really cares. Like, we love you and are happier together, but we don't need to be spending thousands flying away for hens, stags, dresses, makeup, tans, suits, wedding gifts, and don't get me started on the afters, with lots of laughing faces.
I think that's a
Thoughts?
really interesting one, actually, because I feel the exact same.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I really, really agree with that.
really?
I think
I
how
want
long,
you to
but
spend your
no,
life savings on my
I know it's
wedding.
controversial, but how much longer can it grow? Because it's grown from being a wedding day to an afters to a wedding weekend. Are we going to have wedding months at some point?
Yes, I have a birthday month. Why can't you have a
No.
wedding month?
No, I just think it is
No,
very over the top.
I think in
Have your big day, of course. But if you're expecting a certain amount of your guests, the people that you love, to come and spend all of that money, especially in today's climate, I think it is a bit. I think it's.
fuck the government.
But I think with the cost of living crisis and stuff, it's a bit presumptuous to assume that all of your friends and family can afford to come
But I think
and
it's
spend money for a full
now.
weekend of events.
Now, are you projecting? Not you specifically, as in these people.
I put that hand down.
You.
You,
See you.
I'm not saying you can't have your big weekend.
Yeah, but
Someday.
are people falling into expectations versus I'm like, I'll go, but if I can't afford a new dress, I'm not going to buy you a new dress. If I can't afford to go to the afters, or if I can't afford to be at your welcome party, then I'm going to make the shortest trip and I'll be at your wedding. But live within your means.
Of course,
Don't
yeah.
put pressure on yourself to be keeping up with the Joneses.
But I think that's the issue, though, because a lot
the
of people
feel
do
like they
feel
should.
like they have to.
But then stop.
That's life-altering advice. There's it.
Have you tried not living up to people's
Have you
expectations?
tried not thinking about how you're perceived?
We had such a big talk about ego last night.
We did,
Put your
actually.
ego aside and it's like, stop. If you're there for your friend, then be there in the way that you can.
Yeah.
Don't bankrupt yourself.
No.
That's ridiculous. Your friends aren't asking you to bankrupt themselves.
No.
We're going to do this.
Yeah.
Because this is what we want. I wouldn't expect anyone to be there at my wedding month. Do you know what I mean? If you're there on the day at the ceremony, fantastic. That's all I want from you.
But that's you. I feel like there is an
Well,
expectation.
more people should be like me.
Well, we all know that. But no,
Do you know what I mean?
I do feel like there is an expectation put on people. But
Because
like I
I
said,
would be a big, I'm a celebrator.
yeah,
I would celebrate opening a bag of crisps.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Have we had
are we popping the champagne?
we had
Are
a podcast Eve yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And I was like, 'twas the night before filming.
And it was great.
It was.
But in terms of the wedding thing, yeah, I like how much long. Like, has it stopped now? Is it going to go backwards? Is it going to go back to one day again? Where does it, or does it just stay to a weekend? Like, where
Well,
does
I
it go?
think it depends on the kind of wedding you're having.
Having
I just have a stroke.
any medics about here?
Should we hire one? What if we're too funny and the boys die? Do we have a defib?
No, I think the nearest one's probably Bunbucket or something.
No, well, I live really close to the hospital, so it's fine.
No, happy days, no problem. Any heart attacks would be grand.
We've covered all bases here.
But yeah, it's an interesting one, definitely.
Like,
I think everyone should do what they want to do with their big day. But I think from like a loved one or a friend's perspective, then they feel like an expectation has been put on them to spend X amount of money, especially when you have to give them a gift, and then and then dresses and suits, and then actually attending the events themselves if there's more than one. You know what I mean? Like one wedding day was already an expense.
well, yeah, but at the same time, so one thing, first things first, men get away with the same suit for every fucking wedding.
Yeah. Well,
So
we changed the odd tie now. Or maybe a wee waistcoat
do you know what I mean?
change.
Change your tie and shirt and you're grand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But if you've got a big enough group of friends and girls and you're around the same size, swap dresses.
Yeah.
You can also rent dresses now. I do feel like some of the dresses though, like you would buy a dress cheaper. Like I've gone to many a wedding with a 30-euro dress on and people are like, oh my god, where'd you get it? I'm like, see, you just have to be like a savvy or
Be a bit
shopper.
savvy, yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then in terms of
Learn
that
to do your
question
own
as
hair and
well,
makeup really well.
I think I've talked to you about this before, but I feel like it's related to the question. It wasn't actually the question, but our wedding days just for other people?
So I had a client say this to me and I was like, I think that's the saddest thing I've ever
is
heard.
it all about the guests? Because
she was like, the wedding day is for the guests.
Yes.
The afters is for the bride and groom.
yes.
And I was like,
But that's quite a sad way to look at
I
it,
get
isn't
what
it?
you mean, but I think it's terrible that people are trying to decide whether they buy a house or have a wedding.
Yeah.
And then you're going to say like, but it's not really for you. I'm like, yes, it damn is.
It should be.
This is my day.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Whereas this is what I mean. When that's how you feel about weddings. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm only trying to do this once.
See, yeah, that's the way it
We're
should.
having a
That's,
big
that's the
hoolie.
way it needs to be done if you're going to spend that kind of money.
Absolutely.
It's
I'm
your
not spending
day,
that
it's
kind of
not
money
anyone
and being
else's day.
unhappy with something.
100%.
I'm not spending the guts of 20 grand, and I know that's like a cheaper side of a wedding, which is
Yeah.
a bit insane. But, and then having feelings like, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a no regrets gal.
Yeah.
Spend the money will come in and out of your life.
Yeah.
I will be poor again at some point. Do you know what I mean? Like, money does come and go. You're not going to be in the same position as you always are. Like, if you're comfy now, wait to be poor. Something's going to happen.
And
There's
as
gonna
we
be some
learned
big
earlier,
event, you know?
Sinead's wedding's just going to be full of animals because she doesn't actually like people.
I'm actually not inviting anyone.
So there's going to
It's
be no
only
cost
me,
there.
Luke, and the cats.
It's going to be cat food.
Oreo
Sorted.
signing the register. She's got thumbs now.
And is Oreo going to be Oreo Raider or is Oreo going to remain
She'll
Oreo
be
McGee? if he's
Oreo
getting
McGee
married?
Raider.
Oreo McGee Raider. Stop the lights.
I think she might remain Oreo McGee, and then I think Sushi and Bagel would be
Maybe
Oreo,
she gets married off
then
herself.
McGee Raider. I think that's fair. Luke knows that. She's my day one.
Yeah.
Like, there is a little bit where I think,
Jealousy?
I mean, it's terribly sad to be jealous of a cat, isn't it? But I think there's a little bit that Luke
how-
kind of knows. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to say this and then I have something to like back this up where I'm like, I feel like this makes it fair. I think that Luke does know that if it came down to picking between Luke or Oreo, that he knows he's like, I might not win there.
Can you actually tell the story about
The train tracks.
the train tracks?
That's exactly where I was going. That's exactly where I was going. So, Luke's like, not to shame, like, but his decision making is not great. Not that he doesn't make good decisions. He's just really bad at like, come on. Whereas I'm like, just decide something.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's, again, proactive. And he's just, you know, like, oh.
I find it hard to make a decision too.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, just decide. Just decide. Like, it's not life or death here. So this situation is.
It's like, the train track is about life and death. Yeah. And it is a fictional scenario.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Well.
Yes, it is because there's no trains in Donegal.
Oh, that's another controversial subject.
But if there was.
Any councillors listening?
But if there was, you best be believing that they're probably going to be steam trains. Like, we're not going to get like an electrical train.
No, definitely not.
But so Luke just randomly piped up one day and was like, do you know, I was just thinking like, my decision making, no, sorry, I didn't say that. Let me scratch that.
Rephrase. Yes.
Rephrase. If you and Bagel were both tied down on a train tracks and I only had time to save one of you,
Yeah.
I think he said let, but I think what he meant was I think you would both end up, not end up dying because I'm really bad at decision making.
He wouldn't be able to make a decision. He would just leave both of you there. Yeah.
He was like, I would take too long. But he was like, but if I save Bagel, then I lose Sinead. But if I keep Sinead and I let Bagel die, then Sinead's going to be pissed.
Sinead will never forgive me.
Yeah. But it's Bagel.
You should have sacrificed me over my cat. How dare you?
Literally. But also, like, you know, I don't think he wants to lose his partner either.
That's funny.
Very funny.
Do you know what? I think we can cheers to that.
I think so.
And possibly leave it there for the first episode.
I think so.
Yeah.
See you back here next week
This has been Owen and Sinead for Talking at McGee. Blink, blink.